Hey y'all. So it is me again. So I wanted to leave this word with you briefly. Take the sting out of it. And when that dropped in my spirit, I was thinking about a sting. The first scripture that came to mind is, "Oh death, where is your victory? Oh death, where is your victory? Oh death, where is your sting? Um, where you have no power. Where is your power?" So I was thinking about how we get stung by a bee, and if any of you have been stung by a bee, it leaves its sting, it leaves its whatever, its stinger, whatever, in you, in your skin. And I was thinking about how it's not until we can move past the anger, move past the offense, move past the bitterness, move past the unforgiveness, move past move past the divorce, move past the death, move past things that have happened to us, that we can really say that it was good that I was afflicted. And that's the scripture that came to me. It was good that I was afflicted, and that's in Psalms 119 and 71. It was good that I was afflicted, that I may learn thy statutes, that I may learn the word, that I may learn God, that I may learn the things of God. Sometimes God uses affliction to bring us closer in. But a lot of times when we're afflicted, the first thing we want to do is flee. We want to flee out of His presence. We want to flee to drinking, flee to whatever, to drugs, or whatever it is your vice or whatever. But God is trying to draw us closer in. But in order for you to be drawn in, and in order for you to say that it was good, and not just quoting the scripture, but actually believing the scripture, you have to get past those things. You have to get past the hurt. You got to get past, "Oh my God, he left me." You got to get past, "Oh my God, I'm divorced." You got to get past, the death. You got to get past the gossip. You got to get past the wrongdoing. You got to get out of this victim mode. You got to quit trying to act like you're trying to be the victim, but you are the victor and you're not the victim. You got to get past that. So what they talk about you? So what? Repeat after me. So what? Say, so what? So what? They don't like you. So what? So what? They're not your friend anymore. So what? So what? So what? You got to get past the hurt. Life goes on. You say, "Well, that's hard." No, that's not hard. That's reality. That's reality. And you got to get to a place. We have to get to a place to where we will say, "It was good that I was afflicted." You mean it was good that I went through what I went through? Yes, it was good. Because you learn more about God. You learn who He is. You learn that He's just not a God that sits high and looks low. But He's a God that will get in your situation. He's a God that will turn things around. He's a God that will cause favor to be upon your life. He's that kind of God. But He will not do it as long as you are having offense. As long as I was mad, as long as I was angry that my husband passed, God was silent. He was silent. It was not until I broke down and I cried my eyeballs out and I said, "Okay, God. Okay." That was when He came in and He comforted me and He let me know, "I got you. I know it don't feel good right now, but I have you." But as long as I was, "Oh, God, and why me? And this didn't happen, and da-da-da-da-da," He wasn't saying nothing. And God will let you play the victim. God will let you have anger in your heart. He ain't going to go through. There's some things you're going to have to do. God is not going to do everything. There's some things that you're going to have to give to him. He ain't going to snatch it away from you. You're going to have to give it to him. God, I give you my unforgiving spirit. God, I give you my discouragement. God, I give it to you. I'm tired of carrying it. Aren't you tired? Carrying a weight of anger, carrying a weight of unforgiveness, carrying a weight of what they saying about me, and caring about what people say, and caring about who don't like you, and caring about who that's just too much pressure. It's too much stress. Give it to God. Take the sting out of your situation. And when you take the sting out of it, that it does no longer affect you, and it no longer has a hold on you, and there's no longer a dark cloud over your head, that you can say, it was good that I was afflicted. People of God, we got to grow up, and we got to get moving. We got to grow up. Grow up in God. Stop being offended. Stop being offended. Everybody don't mean you bad. Everybody don't mean you bad. Just because you had one bad relationship don't mean the next marriage gonna be bad. But we put everybody in a box. And what happens when you are offended and when you still have the sting there? You can't see the grace of God. You can't see him covering you. When you are offended, and you don't have the peace of God. When you are offended, you ain't doing his will. Because you know what happens when you're offended? You become all about yourself. What you feeling, what you going through, and you know what you do? You point the finger at everybody else. But when you say, God, I'm giving it to you, it don't matter if don't nobody like me, which people do. It don't matter. People, and let me just say this about relationships. Some relationships that I had to learn are temporary, are seasonal. There are some people in your life that will be for a lifetime. For a lifetime. And sometimes that's few and far between. People of God, we have to grow up. You got to start saying, so what? So what? Keep moving. Take the sting out of it. And when you take the sting out of it, it no longer affects you. It no longer has the power over you, because you have removed the sting out of it. I can talk about my husband's passing and not break down. You know why? Because I know that God is yet in control. I can talk about my mother's passing and my father's passing because I know that God is yet in control. And yes, there are some things that you have to heal from. But heal from a place of wholeness and not a place of brokenness, not a place of, it's you. But heal from a place like, God, I want to move from this place. I don't want to feel like this anymore. Heal my heart. That's how you can heal. But as long as you're healing from a place of you pointing the finger and it's their fault and it ain't your fault and what they did and you're not healing. It's not healing. But you can heal from a place of, God, I don't want to feel like this anymore. I don't want to carry this burden anymore. That's when you take the sting out of it. And that's when you can see things from a place of, God, I thank you. Thank you for allowing me to go through that, because it built me up. It built my character. It makes you see things from a different perspective. And you can see the mercy of God. in the covering of God and how He has made ways for you and how He has covered you. Take the sting out of the people. Stop being so offended. And unforgiveness will cause sickness, anger, all those things. We're not built to carry burdens. We were built to cast. I cast my cares upon you. I cast. I don't want this. I ain't carrying this. I'm casting it on God. Take the sting out of it. And when you take the sting out of it, that's when you can heal. And that's when you can say that it was good that I was afflicted. I hope this video is not too long, but I hope you have heard my heart. Because people of God, my desire is to help. My desire is to empower. My desire is to tear down every lie of the enemy. I love you with the love of God. God bless you.